For almost all of human history, the world went completely dark every night, no switches, no screens, just the sun, the moon, and fire. This is the story of how we slowly pushed back the dark. Before we tamed it, night was genuinely dangerous. Predators hunted in the black, and on a moonless night you could barely see your own hand. Darkness set the limits of human life. Our first light didn't come from us, it came from the sky. Lightning struck dry grass and trees and left behind something warm, dangerous, and impossibly useful: fire. More than 1 million years ago, our ancestors learned to keep that fire alive, feeding it, guarding it, carrying it from place to place, and eventually making it themselves. For the first time, a small circle of light held back the night. People gathered around it to stay warm, to cook, and simply to feel safe in the dark. Fire cooked our food, making it softer, safer, and far richer in energy, extra fuel that may have helped our brains grow larger over time. Firelight also gave us something new: long evenings. With the work done and nowhere to go, people talked late into the night, and storytelling was born. Deep inside caves, by the flicker of a flame, early humans pressed their hands to the wall and blew pigment around them, leaving some of the first art on Earth. Around 40,000 years ago, we hollowed out stones, filled them with animal fat, and added a wick. The lamp was born, fire you could hold in one hand. Now light could go anywhere. With a lamp, people pushed into the deepest, darkest caves that humans had ever dared to explore. Much later, Egyptians and Romans wrapped fat and beeswax around a wick. The candle was steady, portable, and cheap enough to light homes for thousands of years. To protect the flame from wind and rain, we built lanterns, little cages of glass and metal that let a single fire survive almost anywhere. By the 1700s, cities burned whale oil for a brighter, cleaner flame. The demand was so huge it pushed several whale species to the edge of extinction. In the early 1800s, gas pipes were laid beneath the streets. For the first time in history, whole cities could glow long after the sun went down. Then, in the 1820s, the friction match arrived. Suddenly fire was no longer precious or hard to start, it lived right in your pocket. Cheap, reliable light changed work itself. Factories no longer had to stop at sunset, and for millions of people, the night shift was born. And then, around 1879, inventors like Edison and Swan perfected the incandescent bulb, light with no flame and no smoke, just a glowing wire inside glass. But a bulb needs power. So we strung wires across the countryside and built the electrical grid, one pole and one cable at a time. Electric light spread astonishingly fast. Within a few decades, great cities blazed all night long, bright enough to be seen from miles away. In the early 1900s, electricity run through glass tubes of gas painted the night in glowing color. The neon sign turned whole streets into advertising. By the 1930s, long fluorescent tubes filled offices, schools, and shops with cheap, even light, the steady glow of the modern working day. Then came the LED, a tiny speck of glowing crystal. Over time it grew bright enough to light an entire room while sipping almost no power. Today, a huge share of our light comes from screens, billions of them, glowing in hands and on desks late into the night. We now make more light than any humans who have ever lived. From orbit, our cities shine across the dark side of the planet like scattered embers. But all that glow has a price. In and around bright cities, the night sky has quietly faded away. Many people alive today have never clearly seen the Milky Way, the band of our own galaxy, washed out by the light we created. And our bodies still run on an ancient clock. Bright light late at night can confuse it, making good sleep surprisingly hard to find. So now we're learning to dim, to shield, and to point light only where it's needed, trying to give the dark back a little of its place. From a lightning strike, to a candle, to a bulb, to a glowing screen, the story of light is really the story of us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip through the dark, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.